Plume Network just pulled off something massive. We're talking SEC registration, a powerhouse alliance with WisdomTree and Morpho, and nearly $578 million locked in their ecosystem. But here's what nobody's talking about. Their Treasury vaults are at 90% utilization. Price action is testing critical resistance, and institutional money might actually have a reason to flood in now. So is this the tokenization play that finally bridges Wall Street to blockchain? Or are we watching another overhyped project about to get reality checked? Stick around because the charts are screaming something big, and you need to see this before the next move happens. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we break down crypto projects, market moves, and the technical setups that actually matter. No fluff, just actionable insights. Do me a favor real quick, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Trust me, you'll want to catch these breakdowns early. Alright, let's set the stage. Plume Network just announced the Global RWA Alliance, and this isn't some random partnership press release. We're talking about heavy hitters like WisdomTree, Morpho, Centrifuge, DigiFT, Gate Web3, and even Mercado Bitcoin all joining forces under one framework. According to Shuki Ma, Plume's chief strategy officer, the real-world assets ecosystem is one of the most promising growth categories in finance. And honestly, he's not wrong. But here's the thing. RWAs have been hyped for years now, yet adoption has been painfully slow. Why? Fragmentation, no standards, infrastructure gaps everywhere, distribution channels that barely exist. Now pair that with Plume's recent regulatory win. On October 6, 2025, they officially became an SEC-registered transfer agent. Plume is now legally allowed to manage tokenized assets on-chain with the same protections you'd get in traditional finance, but faster, cheaper, and way more transparent. In their own words, this accelerates our mission to bring the trillion-dollar US securities market on-chain. Think about that for a second. We're not talking about some DeFi protocol promising you moon yields with zero regulatory clarity. We're talking about a platform that just got the green light to bridge Wall Street and blockchain the right way. Institutions have been sitting on the sidelines for years because they need compliance, they need clarity, they need legal frameworks. Plume just gave them exactly that. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite this massive regulatory milestone and alliance announcement, Plume's price is stuck at $0.117, getting rejected near $0.125. Here's my take after analyzing both the fundamentals and the charts. Plume isn't just another layer 1 trying to outspeed Solana or out-decentralize Ethereum. They're carving out a specific niche in tokenized real-world assets, and they're doing it with actual regulatory approval. That's rare. That's valuable. That's something institutions will actually pay attention to. Now, let's talk numbers. Plume currently has $577.8 million in total value locked. That's not whale-level TVL, but it's respectable for a project focused specifically on RWAs. More importantly, their tokenized treasury vaults have seen over 90% utilization. That means people aren't just parking money there, they're actively using the platform, rotating through yield opportunities, engaging with the infrastructure. And speaking of infrastructure, Plume's Nest platform integrates with some absolute powerhouses, OKX Earn, Galaxy, and Morpho. These aren't random protocols. These are platforms with real liquidity, real users, real institutional connections. According to Ma, the alliance is focused on solving 3 core problems: lack of standards, infrastructure gaps, and poor distribution. By bringing together issuers, platforms, and regulators under a neutral framework, they're aiming to accelerate adoption and create globally interoperable tokenized markets. And honestly, if they pull this off, we're looking at one of the most important infrastructure plays in crypto right now. Now, let's get to the price action, because this is where things get fun. Plume is holding around 11.7 cents after getting rejected near 12.5 cents. That 12.5 cent level is clearly acting as resistance, and buyers are testing it to see how much supply is waiting there. If we break above that, the next target sits at 13.9 cents. But the real supply zone, the one that could cause serious problems, is between 22 and 24 cents, where past rallies completely stalled out. On the support side, we've got 10.2 cents and 9.5 cents as our key levels. As long as Plume holds above these zones, the bullish structure stays intact. The RSI at 70 tells us momentum is strong, but we're also near overbought conditions. That means, honestly, a short-term cooldown wouldn't be surprising at all. MACD is flipping positive though, which backs up the current bounce. So technically, we're in a zone where bulls have control, but bears are lurking just above, ready to defend resistance. Here's what I'm watching. If Plume can stay above 11 cents over the next few days, I think a move toward 14 cents is very likely. That would be about a 20% pump from current levels, and given the news catalyst, it's absolutely possible. But if we lose 11 cents, I'm expecting a retest of 10 cents before the next breakout attempt. That wouldn't necessarily be bearish. Sometimes markets need to consolidate, shake out weak hands, and build energy for the next leg up. From a fundamental perspective, Plume has everything it needs for a serious run. SEC approval? Check. Strategic alliances with top-tier players? Check. Actual usage metrics showing real adoption? Check. Infrastructure that institutions can actually plug into? Check. The pieces are all there. Oh, and one more thing worth mentioning. The Global RWA Alliance isn't just about Plume. It's about, creating an entire ecosystem where tokenized assets can really thrive. When you've got WisdomTree bringing traditional finance credibility, Morpho bringing DeFi yield, infrastructure, and Centrifuge bringing real-world asset tokenization expertise, well, you're building something that could genuinely reshape how capital markets operate. And if this alliance succeeds in creating interoperable standards, solving distribution problems, and bridging regulatory gaps, Plume stands to benefit massively as the infrastructure layer powering all of it. If you found this breakdown valuable, go check out my recent videos on other RWA plays and institutional adoption trends. I think you'll find some seriously interesting connections, and don't forget to drop a comment below with your thoughts on Plume. Are you bullish on tokenized real-world assets, or do you think this whole sector is still too early? I read every comment, so let me know what you think. Hit that like button if you made it this far, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Let's keep winning. Quick reminder. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Crypto is extremely volatile and risky. Always do your own research, never invest more than you can afford to lose, and understand that markets can move against you fast. Stay safe out there, and make smart decisions.